This morning we just outlined the 2013 NRL laws and interpretations. It's basically the rules, how we facilitate the game for 2013.
So what are some of the biggest things that the guests here this morning can take out of that session?
Look, the biggest law change is obviously the shoulder charges, no doubt about that. It is a controversial one in that it has polarising views, but player safety is paramount in the current day and age, and especially the power of the athlete in rugby league now. So the shoulder charge is outlawed, and probably the one which most people here were interested in was the change in model for the video referee process, where from 2013 the referee will make a decision on the field before asking for a review. If he wants it, he will not just send it upstairs to the video ref.
So what are some of the biggest things that the fans are going to see in the way that the games are officiated?
Hopefully referees on instinct will be making more decisions. I would hope to say that there will be consistency in application of the laws and interpretations, and confident that hopefully we're confident that that'll be a little bit cleaner, and that maybe not as much frustration or conjecture in some decision-making processes.
In tightening some of those rules around the different infringements, where have you gone to get the inspiration or the ideas to sort of make those changes?
For some of them, we've gone back to the original little white rule book, the technicalities that have been used and needed to be used with the introduction, say, of the two referee model. We've tried to strip back a couple of. It's very difficult for referees to adjudicate on the tackle, like the wrestling, as people say, but they can adjudicate on when the tackle has been completed. We will adjudicate on that. That's one area. But in general, we've had a meeting on December 12 with elected coaches, the rep coaches, New South Wales, Queensland, Australian coaches, ex-players, Darren Lockyer, Andrew Ryan, Johnny Lang as an ex-coach. So we put a body together on December the 12th and, if you want, discussed a lot of rules and interpretations. January 16 we met with the coaches, provided them a framework of what we were going to do in 2013, clarified some areas that they had input into, and then on February 26 at the end of the trials we'll go back to the coaches and review some of what we've done over the summer, and that will, if you want, bed in 2013 laws and interpretations.
So who were some of the people here this morning that were here to get that message and to learn about the different changes?
Probably more print media. I've already had a lot of discussion with the TV stakeholders and commentators in the game, radio, some radio, and then of course we had a special guest at the back, the Australian Rugby League coach Tim Sheens, and of course he provided scenarios which will happen in the game, which I'm sure that people took on board. But there's always going to be scenarios in the game with rules. You can always find different situations when you have any game which has got rules in it.
So this morning's session more just about getting that understanding across the board? Trying
to get the understanding to everyone what we're trying to implement. It's not cast in stone. Our game has got movable pieces, 13 aside, 2 referees, touch judges. There is human error in everyone, and that's why the game has its theatre, because it's not robotic.
Last year was a tough year for the fans. There were some contentious decisions made. What would you say to the fans, giving them that reassurance going into the new season?
Worked on the areas that needed to be worked on, trying to just coach towards referees reinitiating their instinct for the game. Until they get to the NRL, they don't have technology, they just have instinct. The game's not as important, it's not as scrutinised, obviously, down in the lower levels, in the lower grades, but the referees still have that instinct for decision making. That's what we want from them in 2013. Decisions on their instinct, because they're in the best position most of the time.